What up, what up, what up? Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh man. So, as always, today's gonna be an interesting episode. I'm just gonna say that now, because you're dealing with two people that are like in the motions of getting over being sick, and then in the midst of being sick.
Man, I'm in the thick of it. Shut up. I'm dying. I'm not okay. Pray for me. Thoughts and prayers.
Okay.
Sent my way.
You having fun there?
Yeah.
So what's going on, everyone? I'm Chanel, co-host of Paging the Simpsons. I'm joined by my lovely fiance,
The super sniffly Lauren.
and man, yeah, it's been an interesting past week. I'm currently like getting over being sick, and you're just now being sick. Mm-hmm. So we're currently having a transition.
He got me sick, but he's in denial.
No, it's the weather changing. It went
That
from,
and you breathing on me all night with your snoring ass in my face.
Yeah, but you like that.
No.
Yeah, you like that. I thought you liked that.
No, I want to push you off the bed.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Next we're going to get the dog sick.
You know, thank goodness. I don't think that's actually a thing.
Yeah, because she licks off the floor, so she's already sick.
Yeah, dogs' immune systems are weird.
Man, when a dog can eat a whole chicken bone, that's extreme.
Raw.
Yeah, that was mind-blowing when I saw that she could do that.
She's like, you think I'm little and frail? Watch this.
I'm like, God damn, girl. Oh, man. Well, now, speaking of health, I want to talk about Will Smith's Red Table Talk that came out today.
Even though we are not the picture of health right now. This is very ironic.
Exactly. So Will Smith, he called a family emergency on the Red Table Talk, where he wanted to talk about like his health and his family's health. Because you see Will and you see his family, you're like, yo, these guys are living it up. Like, they all look healthy. Everyone's living good. Nothing's wrong. But like this episode, it was interesting because you see in like Will and his family, like they, like Jada, everyone, they've been like transparent, but this is like another scale of it. I feel like, it was interesting. Like Will went over his whole like weight gain, where it's like, oh, Aladdin did great, and he's sitting here like every morning he wakes up, he's sitting there eating like 5-6 muffins. He goes and gets a few drinks, like he's living it up. Like I guess. And throughout it all, you sit back and you think, like damn, like, I got a problem. And that's essentially what Will went through, him going through the stages and, like, him saying to himself, like, I know what I need to eat for me to, like, look muscular and everything, but I don't know, like, what would you say, like, the meaning of food, or, like, what food does to my body, or, like, things like that.
I mean, yeah. Using food to fuel your body.
Yeah, there we go. And I thought that was so interesting because I feel like we're more so you, or like we're like.
Don't take my advice right now.
we're like starting to understand that.
I mean, to be fair, everyone gets sick, even if you're like,
of course,
on a super good.
But I feel like we're starting to like understand that we're like, oh yeah, certain foods you eat, like it really does impact you. Because I was talking to my mom and I'm like, yeah, we probably should be eating like the bread that we have, or the wheat bread is as great as it says it should be.
I know. I love how they advertise whole wheat is better than white.
And I found that to be interesting because I'm like, yeah, all these things are said to be like, hey, this is good, this is great, but I don't think so. What?
I agree.
Oh, man. Yeah, the awkwardness is because our neighbor's like walking right by, and the sucky thing is we have like an AC in the window, so it's like, man, if you talk too loud, they can hear you.
Hopefully he's not locked out again.
Man, that'd be some awkward stuff. Well, he's getting a free taste of the episode.
What up?
Just goes back.
Why did he just go back?
Oh, God. Man, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? So we're just going to talk super low. So I thought it was pretty interesting. Oh my god.
You gotta be kidding me. Guys, this is the third time he doesn't have a key in a week.
Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna continue on here.
Okay. We're just gonna say F it.
So I thought it was pretty interesting, and they got into Jaden, and they said how like Jaden, I guess he tried veganism for a little bit, but he's vegetarian, so he's like, hey, let me check out veganism and all that. And I guess before Coachella, he wasn't doing too well, and they showed like some pictures where he was like noticeably, you can see it in his face.
Like, thank goodness he got someone's home this time, so he was able to go right in.
Oh, man. You can see it in his face where like Jaden was like,
he looked sick.
Yeah,
he looked frail,
like skeleton like yeah. In his face, I guess you could say. And I feel like in a sense they kind of put like a negative light on veganism, because I don't think it was that. It was more so him being him, where he's like, he said how he only ate like a meal or two, or maybe it was a big meal, and he was like, hey, I'm good, like I'm not gonna eat anymore. And that's not how you should treat your body.
Well, we've been over this with whatever diet you're on. You obviously have to do it the right way, because there's a wrong way you could do it too.
But like,
so he probably was just doing it the right. I don't think it sheds a bad light on it. I just think it shows that he wasn't doing it correctly.
But in what way?
Or that maybe it's not for him, which is fine.
But it's not even veganism. It's just how you eat. Because if you eat regular, just not cutting out like vegan or gluten-free fruit, like just not cutting out that stuff and just eating regular, you're eating one meal a day. That's not healthy.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. So we had to have like an intervention with him to go over this and say, hey, you're doing things completely wrong. What is happening? And I thought that was interesting. Everyone had stuff. Like Jada, she said like her hair was like, shit was like falling out or was thinning or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was interesting going like around, I guess around the room, you could say.
Mine falls out, but I feel like it's more because I don't get regular cuts. Because when I get a haircut, it doesn't fall out as much.
It's just interesting because I say that because, so normally when we go grocery shopping, my habit for like the past year or two has been, what has it been? I getting like two like little small bags of candy, whatever you call those, like just normal size bags, and getting ice cream. And I said earlier today, I'm like, I gotta cut that out. Like, I gotta find something like a better healthy option to put in there, because right now, other than that, everything else that I'm eating that I can think of is healthy.
I mean, to be fair, when you work from home and when it's weekends, you don't have regular meals.
Well, that's my
lunch.
issue.
And then, as far as the candy and all that, problem is the next day he'll eat the candy and the ice cream all in one day.
Yo, don't give out my bad habits.
And that'll be like his day. That's the problem there.
Don't give out.
Is you're not like moderating.
Don't give out my bad habits. I'm perfect to you.
To who?
To me. To you, I'm perfect.
To who?
Me.
But said who? I didn't say it.
I said I'm perfect.
Oh, well, okay. If you're looking in a crack mirror, I'm sorry.
Oh, God. So it's like I want to change the way I eat in that regard, because, yeah, it's not... That's my, like, out of everything, like, sugar is, like, my biggest, like, thing.
Yeah, probably me, too.
Like, oh, man. Like, I switched out chips and went with rice cakes, which
still...
yeah, they're not the greatest,
and
but...
you use them as, like, a meal replacement, which isn't great. You'll just like eat them all day until like I make something for dinner.
Not necessarily. I may have too many because I normally would eat like a package, which is like 7 in 1, and I'm like, hey, I'm good. So I guess I see what you mean. God, yeah. I feel attacked. But like just changing your habits, like I'm learning bit by bit. I feel like my lunch that I have for work is working for me, where it's like I have a drink called Soylent. It's like a meal replacer, so I drink that along with an apple and a like probably 10, 15, 20 carrots, however I'm feeling. I just have carrots and like I'm good. Like I'm not feeling tired, grouchy, or anything like that. Like I like that meal because it feels right for me. And it was just all interesting. Like one thing, Will's bowel movements, which is a weird topic to even touch on, like him saying like he poops every 3 days. I'm like, damn, what are you eating?
Well, yeah, that's terrible. That's not enough at all.
Currently, this is definitely TMI for a lot of you guys. Yo, before I go to the gym, it's normally happening, and sometime later in the day, it's happening. So it's happening twice a day at least right now.
1 to 3 is pretty good.
How many are you doing?
1 to 3, depends on the day.
What's your average?
Probably 2.
Okay, I'm good. I'm glad you're not doing better than me.
It really depends, because also the days that I do find the days I work out is more. I think because your body is moving, and it's like, you know, everything's flowing better.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. The days I'm going to the gym, I feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm pooping more.
And like, you know, people think it's weird, but it's not. You know, it's a vital thing. Like I was telling him how, like my doctor asks like every visit about it, and it's like, it's a key.
Man, that's a weird conversation.
It's really not though, especially because it's your doctor. You realize that it's a doctor thing. Like it's like, because it's a vital part of your gut health, and your gut is basically what fuels your entire body. If your gut is wrong, basically everything else in your body is.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's why food is so important. And, you know, like I'm on like different like digestive enzymes and different stuff that'll help kind of regulate and like, I don't know. Cause I've had so much over the years that has like killed my gut flora. Mm-hmm. Like literally like antibiotics and stuff. If you don't also take probiotics and you don't like and if you overdo it, you literally can actually completely kill off a strain of flora. And all of your gut flora is there for a reason. It's there to fight off different stuff. Mm-hmm. So like now I've been in the process of trying to like beef up my flora and my gut overall to help, you know, like stuff like this, for example. Like there is a reason that it's you know, sicknesses are taking me longer to heal from and all that stuff naturally, because, you know, it literally was killed. So like, you know, if it's not there, it can't do its job.
I find it interesting that you say that, because in the part of the Red Table Talk, Will was like, he's been taking like blood pressure pills.
Yeah.
And for like at least close to a decade. And I guess he realized that like he doesn't need these if he just watches what he eats.
Yeah.
And
which is very true. It's very accurate.
I think we've said this before, either on the vegan episode we did a few weeks back, or like with the Dr. Sebi one or something, where it's like, yeah, if you watch what you eat, like you could probably cure a couple things there that are like happening with you. Like I'm trying to be like, by the time we have kids and like when they become like teenagers or whatever the case is, I'm still trying to be like a healthy me.
Yeah.
Dealing with them. So like that's why I'm continuing to go to the gym, continuing to like learn healthy habits to treat my body better.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it so I'm not going to be so, you know, dead by the time I have kids. Because not for nothing, you know, I thought about this the other day. I'm like, when we have kids, that's a tricky situation for me, because when they get sick, I'm going to be the mom that wants to snuggle them and like make them feel better and like be there. But I know that I'm literally screwing myself by doing that. Like that's going to be very tricky for me, because I'm always scared to be around sick people and to get sick, because I know it's harder for me. Mm-hmm. So that's like I don't know. That's a delicate balance. So I'm hoping by then my body's built stuff up.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully. So the next thing I want to talk about is climate change, because there was a big like protest strike. Like, man, this past Friday it was crazy with like the push for climate change, and a lot of companies pushed out like, hey, this is what we're gonna be doing. And one that did it, because I feel like they probably would have gotten backlash if they didn't, was Amazon. So on September 19th they put out their climate pledge, and they're gonna meet, like, I guess Paris has an agreement to like get the world, or get Paris in a good state by 2050. And Amazon's like, hey, we're going to agree to this, but get there, in regards to their own company 10 years earlier. So essentially, Amazon is saying that they're going to like have all their buildings, anything that Amazon owns, their warehouses, all that stuff, to all run off renewable energy, which is crazy. They're going to measure and report greenhouse gas emissions on a regular basis. Implement, I'm going to keep it simple. They're going to essentially do a lot of things to cut down on their carbon footprint. We'll keep it simple like that.
Okay.
One of the major things that they're doing, which I think is pretty impactful, the way that Amazon is growing, is they're going to be buying a lot of electric vehicles. So they own a part of a company called Rivian, and Rivian is essentially going to make them 100,000 fully electric delivery vehicles, probably within, what is this, like by like 2021, something like that. It's coming. So that's a big push, knowing how much I'd like to say like Amazon drivers like drive. Like that's pretty big. And like, I mean, I assume that's probably not just going to be used for like Amazon deliveries. That could be from like one warehouse to another, or from like just internally it being used, where it's like less gas running cars and more electricity, which is like, okay, that's pretty slick. I give Jeff credit on his little goals there. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Along with it, Google has also said a couple things, how they're like, hey, we're going to make things better. This whole climate change, like protest or strike, whatever you want to call it, if you don't know, came from a little girl named Greta Thunberg, where like every Friday, I explained this to you earlier today, like every Friday she went to like a Capitol building or somewhere in her country, and like she did that every Friday, because it's like, why am I sitting here wasting time in a classroom for a future that probably won't be here because we keep going the way that we're going? And I was like, that's pretty cool. Would you go and take your kid to like a Capitol building and be like, yo, dude, I don't know if I would do that.
I feel like the problem is if you do it every Friday that the school is going to like flip. Because like there's absent policies and all that.
Oh, it's bigger than that. Well, clearly the school's probably for it at this point.
Yeah.
But like that's pretty impactful that like a little kid can like push change, because what she's done, like this has been like probably over the last 2 years or something, she's been doing this, and it's like it's grown into like this huge movement. And that protest, it had a lot of younger people there, like younger people in their 8, 9, 10, 11, like all these kids, and of course adults. But it's interesting seeing the kids out there, because they're like this is our world too. Like, you guys are ruining it for us. Like,
yeah.
Hey, like, I don't know. It's just so interesting seeing like these images and these videos that were coming out of like, people in New York or DC or Seattle, like different places, just all standing for something that was really just impacting all of us, no matter your race, gender, whatever. Like, it means something when Alaska is sitting there like 90 degrees and they're sitting here like, where's the snow at?
Yeah.
That's pretty game changing there. So I just find this to be interesting. Like I said, Google went and announced their purchase of renewable energy. A lot of places, like major companies, Tesla's doing the push. They're trying to make everything run off renewable energy. And I see solar power gaining a lot of momentum, and like it being cheaper to get. Like I can see when we get our next house, yeah, we'll probably be getting solar.
Okay. I
see that happening. Any thoughts on that bad boy?
I had one and now I lost it. It was.
Yeah, I'm just happy about this.
It was somewhere around right before you started talking about Tesla, and then I'm like, oh my god.
All right. Well, as you think about this, I'm just gonna say that I'm super happy to see like this being like a major thing, because we said it in our past episode. We talked about like a month or two ago about climate change and like why I feel like it's not taken more seriously.
Yeah.
And like, yeah,
our kids are going to be the better leaders.
Exactly.
It's not even our generation, honestly.
I'm
it's
so
the next
looking
generation.
forward to this. And we explain a bit more like in our Friday episode, or at least my views on like our future kids as like a whole, not just our kids literally, but like the kids coming up these days. And like I'm so looking forward to the future that they create, because these older people are stuck in their ways, and it's like, okay, you guys aren't doing anything. You're all about money. Let's change it up. Like, I'm so looking forward to this change. Like I said, for like a little girl to like make that change, to become like a huge movement to come over to the U.S. and like people in the U.S. start doing it, and then it just become a huge, massive thing. Now all countries are like, hey, we're gonna do this. I still hate that the U.S. has not like come out and said, hey, we're gonna, be renewable by 2040 or something, or run off renewable energy or anything like that. And instead, it's kind of just been like,
we still care about oil and money.
Exactly. So I know some states have like kind of transitioned or have put out the things where they're going to be transitioning. I believe Connecticut is one of them. Like by like 2030, we're going to see a change. But the next 10 years are going to be crazy as far as like a lot of things changing.
I don't have hope for Connecticut at this point.
What's going to get taxed to death?
Oh my God.
But I'm looking forward to the future that this unfolds. Like I'm also excited to see a lot of electric cars be on the road. That's my next part.
Yeah, we know.
A slight thing to like add in here. So GM auto workers went on a strike last week, and this is just another side of things to come, where it's like GM is sitting there like it's like when you're like a major company, we'll say like Victoria's Secrets. Like imagine GM being like Victoria's Secrets. They've been holding it down for decades.
Yeah.
And now here comes newer companies, and they're with the times. And this is the issue I feel like with GM, where it's like Tesla and like other companies, they're like, hey, we're going to transition to making electric cars because this is clearly the future, and this is what people are going to be demanding to make the world a better place. And I feel like they're trying to do this, but at the cost of their workers, where it's like, oh, we don't want to really increase much for you guys because we're trying to figure out our own things and make money moves, as Cardi would call it. I just find it interesting.
He was really proud of that.
I feel like more and more strikes happen, and I don't know. One thing I do think Andrew Yang's like whole like universal income thing would be like interesting to see if that would work out to like help people in a way. It's like, hey, here's some extra money where you could like save up and like put towards something. That would be major for like a down payment if you hold on to that over like a course of however many.
Yeah, but I think the hope with that is if he's giving you more money, that it goes back into the economy, and then that keeps the economy good rather than saving it.
Not everyone's going to be saving it, so that wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just I'm excited for the future at the end of it.
I mean, yes and no. Depends which way we go.
Okay. I feel like you're going to a negative tangent.
Well, because a lot of people say we're basically too far gone, so that's kind of scary.
On what? Climate change?
Yeah.
I could see that.
So, like, that's kind of scary. You know, and, like, even here, one Halloween will be snowing, and the next Halloween will be, like, summer weather. October 31st.
Yeah,
like, that's weird.
Dog, I don't know. I look at it as...
Where's fall?
I'd rather be optimistic than pessimistic when it comes to, like, anything. Like, I'll be negative when that issue, like, comes in front of my face and it's like, oh, shoot, what can we do?
Like Patrick, I'll take it easy when I'm dead.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, one quick thing I want to touch on real quick is the Area 51 thing, because that also happened on September 20th, and like, man, that wasn't as like impactful as much as I thought it would be.
Dude, I just sent you that meme. I gotta read it now.
And like, The only funny thing that came out of it, too, well, two things. One was there was a news reporter where like this guy was giving the news, and then behind him had like some guy doing like the Naruto run behind him, and that was funny.
Yes.
And then the other one was we were watching like some YouTube video, and this guy's like, "Why are you here?" And the guy's like, "Because everyone's doing it." I'm like, that's the stupidest reason you could give to someone on live like TV right now.
Yep.
Like they gotta be like, well, if everyone jumped off a bridge, would you do it? Yeah. Like what?
Someone had said the Area 51 raid was more disappointing than when we all didn't die in 2012.
Or was it Cody? Yeah, wasn't Cody 2012 also? I think the whole.
I don't know, but I was
thing?
so convinced we were gonna die in 2012.
I wasn't.
I was.
Because
again, I was more gullible back then.
Was.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look, I'm turning purple.
I'm done. Goodbye. That's it. You're gonna turn purple. That's right.
What does that mean? Is that a threat?
Maybe.
This is recorded.
Maybe.
This is maybe. Heard this. If I disappear, you know what's up.
Nah, if you disappear, it's the aliens.
I wish I had a pet alien. So the next topic I want to talk about is this one I thought that was pretty interesting. So a quarter of millennials say that most of their debt is credit cards and not student loans. Now, for the sake of getting personal on here, just to get personal, because I have experience in this, that's why I'm like, yo, let me talk about this. I don't have student loans. Well, we don't have student loans, but man, credit card debt is a killer.
I had student loans at one point, but I went to community college, so first of all, they were massively lower than regular colleges. And like I paid as I went kind of deal. So like they were done basically by the time I was done.
Yes, yeah, I had that financial aid because of my mom. So
well, I had some financial aid too, so that helped. But I think, and this is gonna sound crazy because some people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, that's nothing." I think at the end of it, I maybe had like 10 grand in student loans.
Yeah, that is nothing.
Which is nothing compared to other
people have
schools.
Like hundreds of thousands.
And to give you an idea, I went for 4 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that's nothing when you pay like 50 grand a semester.
Yeah.
So.
Man, well, I say this because, so this article, it's on Business Insider, and I thought it was interesting. Because they say that millennials who carry debt report owing an average of $27,900 in personal debt. And
Okay.
so that's excluding mortgages.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But not surprising.
How many cards do you have for you to run up to
well, yeah,
that
that's
much?
my thing too. Like all my cards, even to like this day, when I had last used them, were like maybe 5,000 was like the highest. Like I never had like this extraordinary limit. I mean, I remember what
mine are like over 10,000 for like
what really, and
yeah,
I've
like
always had really good credit, but I think part of it is because you always had to update your income and you had to like. I don't know. See, it's weird because I've always had really good credit though. So, and
yeah, but did you use them a lot?
I mean, back a few years ago before we switched to.
Because yeah, they go based on your income, and then if you use it a lot, they're like, "I'll keep increasing it." Because
I would say a decent amount. So I don't know. Versus like I know my parents like would have like $20,000 limits and stuff.
Man.
So
I
think when you get older. It increases.
To be honest, as you know, I had a horrible issue with credit cards.
Yep.
And it comes from, it's not knowing money, but it's being able to like say, I don't have the money now, but I want something really bad, and I'm willing to put it on an IOU essentially, because that's what a credit card is. It's me writing an IOU to the store, or to I guess the credit card company, and being like, yo, I'll pay you back, just not right now. Hit me back in a month with that,
Well, yeah, and the problem is then it becomes a habit.
Yeah, and that's became my issue. Because I'm like, I balled out. I was like, yo, let me get a PS4. Let me get the Xbox. Let me get the TV.
Balled out twice.
What I need you to do is not give out all my business out on the podcast.
You know what? You've done the same, so we're going there. You just brought it up again earlier in this podcast, so we're going there.
But it's tough, and like I've been, I guess, debt free, sober, if that's even the word, since like February of this year, where like I haven't used cards at all. I want to, but only for the sense of keeping the card active, just to have it for like the longevity on like my account, for it to look good when it comes down the road for like, you know, cars or houses down the road, because it's just, I don't know, it's good to have those open instead of having them closed, in my view.
Yeah.
But that's just my 2 cents.
Yep.
But like, it was really surprising that like you have that much debt over school debt.
The only credit card I use right now is my business credit card, and which just had fraud, so that was fun. Someone literally tried charging $3,200 and then like $1,200 in Florida, and apparently the $3,200 went through, which is cool, because I'm like, cool, they got like whatever the heck they got at that Thai and sushi lounge for $3,200.
They were like,
what
I'm gonna have a
Thai
nice
and sushi lounge for $3,200.
You invite the homies and you be like, yo, this whole meal's on me. Buy lobster, buy everything. Like,
oh my god, that's a whole vacation, so that's insane. But
they didn't have to pay for it.
I know.
And the whole
they better get found out. That's my thing.
But the thing of the scammer, at the end of the day, they're like, you're gonna get your money back. And
right,
you know, you may have a slight headache dealing with the credit card company, but you're gonna get your money back. Right. I'm gonna get a free meal or item or whatever.
Right,
everything is good.
But anyways, where I was going with this, the only credit card I use is my business one, and I pay it off every month, so it never accrues debt or interest. That's the way to do it if you can.
See, I never, when I credit people, so don't take our advice. You should probably see a credit professional. See, I hear like mixed things where it's like you should have like a balance rolling over, but you're still making like a minimum payment, like nothing crazy. Like, I'm not saying you have like $10,000 and you're sitting there like throwing a little bit.
I don't know.
Month.
My credit's really good, and I don't do that.
I'm not saying that.
So
I'm not, but. I'm not saying it's not bad or good or whatever.
Okay, I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I've heard it where it's like they want you to carry on like a rolling debt where there's still something there and you're making a payment to.
Of course they say that, because they want interest.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hello. They want their money.
Man.
They're not making money off you if you're not in debt.
Yeah, it's just, it's yeah. It's so tough because it's such a system, because it's like, you need the card to gain credit so you can buy a car or so you can get a house. And it's like, it's such a pain. And it's funny you mentioned this, because you mentioned this, I think, earlier this week or last week, where you're like, oh, the good thing about, what do you call it? Like health bills or emergency bills or something like that?
Yeah, like the hospital.
Yeah, they don't have like a due date. But I learned in a video with the Breakfast Club I was watching earlier today, they like, even though they don't have a due date, like it still impacts your credit if you don't like make payments to it.
Well, yeah, you know what I found is it doesn't have a due date, so it's nice because it's like, say you get a $10,000 emergency room bill, like you don't have to pay it like in a month. But it's cool because you can go like a few months without paying it, and it's cool. But then, yeah, they do eventually come after you, and then you kind of have to haggle with them on, like, how much to pay.
I mean,
like,
so that sounds like something I'm never doing.
Like, that's kind of the cool thing, is that it's not like, well, you have to pay $500 a month. No, like, I'm going to pay $100 a month because that's what I can do.
I'm not going with that advice.
I don't know.
Because it's like, I get what you're saying, but I don't know how.
That's the hard
I've
part.
I've never had a bill go into collection, so I'm assuming after you don't pay that bill, that emergency bill, it gets tossed to a collection agency. So now it's like,
we'll see when we have our first child then.
Oh, that is not happening. You better save up for that baby. That's gonna be the first down payment you have on that kid. Like, what happened to all my college money, mom and dad?
Right.
Well, we spent it on your birth. Like,
right?
Shoot, it was hard bringing you into this world.
Have you guys seen the hospital bills for giving birth for like a 2-day stay and like? That's it. Like a non-complicated, an average birth.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Like they literally, they'll put charges on there. Like, they'll charge you for breastfeeding your own child.
Water bottle charge.
Like, like, literally, like, and, like, they charge you for the skin to skin.
Skin to skin, what's that?
Like, when you first give birth and, like, you put the baby on your chest.
Man, that is so
like,
stupid.
It is so messed up what they charge you for.
Oh, you want to kiss your baby on the forehead? That'll be $50. Like, goddamn, they really hit you with like everything. Oh, you want to stay an extra night? That's gonna be an extra $5,000. Like, oh, you want extra sheets? That's gonna be $1,000 there. Like, that sounds really.
The problem is, I feel like with hospitals, there's no like universal number, so I feel like they just kind of charge what they want.
I feel like I've seen a video like that where you're like, wait,
like it doesn't make sense.
I feel like I've seen so many things on Vice.
Because I understand medical stuff can be expensive, but it's so like it is so overly expensive, and then it's overly expensive of what insurance doesn't cover, even if you have good insurance. Like that's what's so confusing about hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyways, back to the credit card debt. I feel like that kind of ties in is medical bills, because I know a lot of people who a lot of credit card debt would be medical because it adds up, whether it's doctor's visits, prescriptions, whatever it could be. That stuff's expensive.
That's why you should take care of yourself. Because if you think about it real quick, we eat all this bad like processed food and everything, but it's like, dog, either you're going to pay for it now or you got to pay for it later. It's like, which one do you want?
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like, you might as well just eat healthy now instead of going to the doctor's later or going to the emergency room for eating like all this bad processed food or something.
Yeah, that's why I spend more now on food and supplements and doctor and all that stuff, because ultimately it'll be better than the other way I was doing.
Yeah.
So.
Because it's not helping yourself when you go into the doctor and you're getting like prescribed all these pills, so it's like, hey, pop
clearly
this, pop
all my poor flora,
like,
it's gone.
no one's ever said, hey, you eat too many carrots, you're gonna be like, losing your kidney or something.
You're gonna turn orange.
Like, shoot, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, we can pause.
Cool. I literally had to spit up before and I had to swallow it. Like,
sounds
it was
like
disgusting.
a normal day.
No, that's not good. You have to get it out.
I've been doing it since I was a kid.
Okay, my doctor says it's better to get it out.
I can give a fuck. The doctor's gonna say whatever they want. I'm living proof. I'm alive.
You're living proof that your gut flora is not all dead. Okay, so shut up.
Okay.
Mister, haven't been on a million antibiotics and steroids, so.
So lastly, I want to talk about a relationship advice topic that I think is pretty wild. So this one is my fiance is extremely upset because I don't want her to tag along on my bachelor weekend trip. I don't know what to do. So this is a super long like post, so I'm gonna just trim it down and keep it simple. Essentially, this guy and his best man, they planned a weekend getaway with him and all of his like old high school friends.
Cool.
And his fiance wants like a co-ed pre-wedding party instead of him going out for a weekend getaway.
Just sounds insecure.
And to give you like ages, she is 23, he is 26, and they've been high school sweethearts and all that stuff. So yeah. So I guess to give you some more background into this, she doesn't really have a lot of friends, and I guess like her bridesmaid, or what do you call it?
Maid of honor.
Maid of honor. There we go. Isn't like the greatest. Like doesn't really have anything planned.
That stinks.
So she's like, I'm sitting here with nothing happening, and you're going out with your guy friends. Like, can we throw a party? Like instead of you going out.
Dang. Okay, so I kind of feel for her though, because that stinks. And it's like, what do? You don't really, like, it's awkward to go to the maid of honor and be like, you suck, why aren't you doing anything? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, that kind of does stink.
So,
but at the same time, I don't know. It's like they're separate.
It's a tough thing.
It's always like, woo, get the girls together. Woo, get the guys together. You know.
Because if you were like, man, I don't really have a lot of friends, and I'm not doing anything for my like bachelor. Right, I can't talk today. Like, can we throw like a party where like your guys get together and like, my girls get together and all that stuff. And then you're like, well, I'm probably gonna sit back and ask you like, well, could I still go out with my guys? And you're like, no. We're gonna have a problem. Like, why can't we have like a thing where it's like, okay, we can have the party where like both come together, but like, can I go out with my guys and like just have a guys night?
Well, that's where I'm wondering if then it's insecurity.
That's what it sounds like, because he doesn't necessarily say so, but
because that would be the happy medium if you did both.
That's what it sounds like, where she like, yeah, why are you so insecure? Like, damn, like.
Or if it's like a weekend, if like one night is that and the other night is just the guys or whatever.
No, screw that. We want to need a whole weekend.
Man, no, you don't.
Dog, I need a whole weekend with the guys. Like, especially with my old high school friends. I didn't have a whole
weekend. You don't need a whole weekend.
So? I'm trying to go out with the guys, drink, talk, chill, golf, all that stuff. Like, shoot. I don't golf.
Did you say golf?
I don't golf.
I was like, what?
I'm just saying.
You've become one of those men now?
I just want to be out there with the fellas, just talking it up. And I don't need my fiance tagging along with me. Like, yo, I remember that time when I brought you with my friends, like the first initial time, and we were talking about like some girl or whatever, and then you go and like,
you're never gonna let me live this
you like
down.
hit me and like not like an aggressive hit, but like you
punch the crap out
like,
of him.
You like hit me like, stop talking about her like that. I'm like, dog, relax. Like, I would say the same thing if this girl was here right now. Like, I remember that.
Yeah, the way men talk is disgusting.
Another reason why, I mean, we didn't say anything like
it's still rude,
degrading about her.
It's rude.
But like, yeah. And ever since then, it's like, nah. Do we really want to bring another girl around for her to be like, hey, I don't like how you talking about this? I don't know. It's just different having like another girl around with a bunch of guys, because you feel like you can't be yourself. Obviously. Where I feel like if I was with you, let's say I tagged along in your like little bachelorette day.
Okay.
Dog, I'm not gonna say, yo, don't say
weird.
that.
No, but that's still weird.
It is. There. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, don't say that.
No, but that was weird. No, go away.
What you hiding?
All the dicks.
Literally.
Dick confetti.
I would say for something like this,
I found a dick confetti, like, what was it, like a few weeks later? It was like under the coffee table.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, you found it but didn't pick it up, so I had to make sure to pick it up so that clients wouldn't see.
That wasn't my fault. That was my problem. Like, shoot. Watch. There's probably some under the couch still when we're getting ready to sell this place. We'll, like, lift up the couch just to find one. Like, okay.
That'd be hilarious if, like, my dad was there. Look at the dick confetti.
Okay.
That's funny.
I would say for something like this, like, damn. Would you?
What?
Okay, I would reason with this girl. I'd be like, we can have a party and have it like, guy, girl, all that stuff. And instead of having a weekend, me and my guys can have like a long day. Okay. Like, it would start from like early morning to like late night. And be like, does that work for you? And if she has a problem with that, dog, nah, we can't get married. Like, I'm cutting it. What? I'm calling it.
Seriously?
Probably not seriously,
like,
but
damn.
But like, that's annoying. Like, I'm trying to just go out with my friends. Like, screw your insecurity.
Yeah, no, because that's weird.
What would you do in that situation if I was like, yo, let's throw a party instead of you going out with your girls? I don't need you out there. You're locked down now.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'd be annoyed because I'm not the type, like, we wouldn't be going to a strip club or anything weird. So it's like, and you know that. So it's like, I'd be like, no, like, I want to, like, I want to go get my nails done and stuff. Like, and that's,
But I don't want you to.
Well, that's stupid then.
But we could have a party where, like, your friends and my friends
then,
can,
like,
come
then,
together.
like I said, I would have the day with them and another day with that party.
But you aren't understanding. I don't want you to.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's a fun relationship.
That's what I would think. Like, I don't get how you can have a problem with even that. It's like, all right, we won't do a weekend, but at least give me like a freaking day, like, away from you.
Yeah.
so I can just have it with my guys. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It sounds a bit insecure. I want to know more about it. But, of course, we will never know.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, just an update on the dog for the dog that was choking. What was it, last Friday? I think the dog was choking on that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's alive. She made it through.
She did it.
She was licking me, and then she's like, oh, I'm good. All I needed was to lick chocolate.
Yeah, like, what the heck? She stopped, like, as soon as she was licking your hand.
All I needed some good chocolate, and I'll stop anything.
I feel that.
Okay.
I mean, actual chocolate, so you can just take it down a notch, sir.
Excuse me, yo, I'm a nice piece of chocolate.
Sometimes.
All the time.
Not after the gym.
I'm the sweetest thing after the gym. Oh.
Nah, you rotten chocolate after the gym.
Glistening chocolate. Ooh. No. Even comes with a little smell.
Oh my god. This isn't cheese. It's not something you should ferment.
Oh my god. I'm ready to wrap this one up if you're ready.
Me too. Bye, guys.
Well, you can't leave the people out on that note. Like, damn.
I'm dying.
I get that you're sick and you're dying and all that stuff, but like, damn. Alright. I'm going to wrap this bad boy up here. Before I do, yeah, hate me. She's on her phone right now. Like,
I'm trying to order something so I'm not going to die. Okay?
So, real quick, I just want to give some announcements. So, we do have a website, PagingTheSimpsons.com. I created it recently. And on that website, you can find more about our story, how we met, all that stuff. She wrote it. Oh, you're not going to say anything to that?
Wait,
Damn.
what? Sorry.
Nothing. No, screw you. We don't care about you.
Wait, no, say it again.
No, I'm not saying it again.
Who wrote what?
Nothing. Like,
I wrote the description.
No,
yep,
you didn't write anything. And then also on the website, you could find there's a page. It's called Beyond the Podcast, and from there you're gonna find a lot of topics that range from a lot of things that we have not touched on the podcast or things that we plan to in the future. And it's just a section that I just want to continue the conversation. So I created that, and I just want to just add my thoughts, but outside of the audio version and just putting them down on text. Dog, you're coughing all on the mic.
Well, you didn't pause.
And lastly, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, send them on the voice messages at anchor.com/PagingTheSimpsons.
They're gonna watch me die.
Or through the email, PagingTheSimpsons@gmail.com. Man, that's all I got. Oh, yeah, one last thing. Hit us on iTunes, please. Give us a rate and review. Let us know your thoughts on the podcast on iTunes, Paging the Simpsons, as you know as well.
Yep.
Okay.
All that.
So someone's ready to tap out, so I guess I'm ready to tap out.
I'm dying, guys.
So with that being said, I'm Shadell, co-host of Paging the Simpsons. I am joined by my deathly ill fiance,
Lauren. Dying.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
You're welcome for this episode, by the way.
Yeah, guys, you're welcome.
I had to die to do this.
Yeah, guys, she had to die for this.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to freaking Dubai off this check.
You know what? That's so rude. Bye.
Peace out.